Imagine a valley where two armies stand frozen, not by winter, but by fear. For 40 days the sun rose over trembling soldiers. For 40 nights darkness covered their shame. Between them stood a giant 9 feet tall, a voice like thunder, a shadow that swallowed courage. His name was Goliath, and Israel had no answer. But God was about to send one from the hills of Bethlehem. Not a warrior, not a general, but a boy with a sling. His name was David. David was the youngest son of Jesse, not the strongest, not the tallest, not the one anyone expected. While his brothers marched to war, David remained behind, tending sheep in quiet fields. But those fields were not empty of purpose. They were classrooms. He protected the weak. He faced the lion. He defeated the bear, not with armor, not with armies, but with faith in the God who never failed him. In those lonely hills, David learned to trust. He learned to pray. He learned that the Lord who delivered him from the paw of the lion would deliver him from anything. Heaven was listening, and soon those words would be tested. One morning, Jesse called for David. He told him to take grain and bread to his brothers on the battlefield, to see how they fared, to bring back word. David gathered the supplies, but God had placed something else in his bag: destiny. He walked toward the Valley of Elah, not knowing he was walking toward history. The camp buzzed with anxiety. Soldiers sharpened swords they were too afraid to use. Whispers filled the air like smoke. 40 days, and no one will face him. Who can stand against such a monster? Then the earth seemed to shake. A voice roared across the valley. Its voice bellowed like thunder. Why do you come out and line up for battle? Am I not a Philistine? And are you not servants of Saul? Choose a man. Let him come down to me. If he kills me, we will be your subjects. But if I kill him, you will serve us. His armor gleamed like death itself. His spear like a weaver's beam. He shouted again, I defy the armies of Israel. Give me a man to fight. Silence. Not one soldier moved. Not one shield was raised. Not one voice answered. Fear had stolen their courage. But then a new voice entered the valley. David reached the camp and heard the giant's mockery. He looked at the soldiers. They looked away. David spoke. Who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God? His brother Eliab heard him, and anger burned. Why did you come down here? Who did you leave those few sheep with in the wilderness? I know your pride. You just came to watch the battle. David answered calmly, What have I done now? Can't I even speak? But David's words spread through the camp like fire through dry grass. Someone told King Saul, and Saul sent for him. David stood before the king, a boy in shepherd's clothes, before a man in royal robes. Saul said, You cannot fight this Philistine. You're only a boy, and he's been a warrior since his youth. Saul saw weakness. But David saw something else. David said, When a lion came, when a bear came, and took a lamb from the flock, I went after it. I struck it down. I rescued the lamb from its mouth. When it turned on me, I seized it by its hair, struck it, and killed it. Your servant has killed both lion and bear. This Philistine will be like one of them. The Lord who delivered me will deliver me again. Saul looked into his eyes. Go, and may the Lord be with you. Saul dressed David in his armor. David tried to walk and stumbled. I cannot go in these. I am not used to them. He removed the armor. He picked up his staff, 5 smooth stones, a sling, and he walked toward the giant, dressed in faith. Goliath laughed. Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks? Come here. I will give your flesh to the birds. David stepped forward. You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you. In the name of the Lord Almighty, this day the Lord will deliver you into my hands. The whole world will know there is a God in Israel, for the battle is the Lord's. Goliath charged. David ran toward him. David reached into his bag. A single stone. The sling spun. Once, twice. He released. The stone flew. Carried by the hand of God, it struck. The stone buried itself in Goliath's forehead. His knees buckled. His body swayed, and then he fell. Crash. If you've ever felt too small for the battle in front of you, stay with me. David ran forward. He took the giant's sword, and with one strike, the enemy was silenced. Israel erupted. Fear changed sides. The Philistines fled. The impossible had fallen. This was more than a battle. When God is with you, size does not matter. When faith rises, fear falls. David did not win because he was strong. He won because God was with him, and so is yours. You were not made to live in fear. You were made to walk in faith. If God could use a shepherd boy with a sling, he can use you. The stone has been thrown. Go forward.